Greta, and I call the member for Hasluck.
Thank you. There are a lot of rev heads in Australia. In fact, a suburb in my seat of Hasluck is named Brabham after Sir Jack Brabham, in recognition of his early racing career at the Caversham motor racing circuit. Personally, I ride a motorbike, not so regularly now, but my love for the sport over 30 years continues. My dad bought me my first bike when I was still a teenager, and until recently, I loved getting out on a ride with him, exploring the Perth Hills. But at 78, Dad has now decided he will try going pillion. I'm always happy to find time on the weekend to explore dirt trails in the bush. I've competed in a number of local motorsport events, racing on the track and trail and enduro. I also like to help when I can and attending professional events, not just as a spectator, but in the past in my capacity then as the President of Motorcycling Australia and Oceania President. I was the first Western Australian of that body and also the first female president. There, with the board, I worked to modernise the organisation, delivering a national approach to safety and risk and ensuring Australia continued to create the champions on the international stage. And we certainly have more champions than most countries across speedway, motocross, trials, enduro, MotoGP, of course. Some of these modern-day fighter pilots I know are household names. Mick Dillon, we heard earlier, Wayne Gardner, Casey Stoner, Jack the Thriller Miller, Toby Price, Neil Price, Jason Doyle. There are so many, but while the gender ledger is not yet balanced, it can be, as evidenced by pioneers like Dot Robinson and Peggy Hyde, who were the first to race competitively both in Australia and the US over 50 years ago. Thanks to organisations like the Australian Women in Motorcycling Commission, with the support from international leadership by the FIM, female participation in Australian motorsport is now at a tipping point, with women and girls showing significant interest and a number of competitors showing the way. We have contemporaries like Taylor Jones, Gemma Wilson, Jessica Gardner. They competed in the international six-day enduro and won every one of their events since 2013, and they are the most successful unchanged team since the event first started back in 1913. I also want to give a big shout out to the Motorsport Australia's Girls on Track program, which enables girls from 8 to 18 to participate in events for free, exposing them to many facets of the sport. Also, Race Chicks, who run their own race school and network to support and increase the participation of women in all aspects of sport. And this is not just necessarily behind the wheel or in the saddle, but as flag marshals, scrutineers, pit crew, safety officers and coaches, all positions which can lead to a really exciting international career. Motorsports, including Formula One, NASCAR, MotoGP and the IndyCar, they've provided no end of innovation in their enthusiastic pursuit of the checkered flag. From the very first prize offered way back in 1894 for the first car to make it from Paris to Rouen, that innovation has found its way surely into mainstream car and motorbike manufacturing to the benefit of all consumers. These innovations include, of course, fuel efficiency, but also embedded data recording devices, full-face helmets, fire-retardant materials, better tyre development, the disc brake, anti-lock braking, traction control technology, lightweight parts, aerodynamics, kinetic energy recovery system, and even the rear-view mirror. With innovation comes jobs, but also environmental benefits. Formula E, the Electric Car Racing World Championships, has provided ongoing innovation to the electric car industry for the last 10 years. As Sylvain Philippi, the manager of Vision Virgin Racing, stated in 2021, electric racing is the hardest test on any battery. Companies like Philippi have the motivation and the expertise to continue to deliver better performance in both recharging and endurance, which translates into greater take-up of EVs in the community and a greater range of applications for EVs, including in heavy transport. Formula One has a commitment to net zero by 2030, and the MotoGP have also announced their plans to get sustainable fuel by 2027. These are formidable challenges and commendable efforts. In order to get there, a great deal of development will need to occur. But come what may, in 50 years' time, we will still be we'll still be participating in this wonderful sport, even if it's an electric vehicle dominated, and it's thanks to that technology that I hope that, like my dad, I'll still be out on my bike then too.